This is the Appliance Alliance podcast, where we are elevating the appliance industry, one podcast at a time. Hey guys, and welcome to the Appliance Alliance podcast. I am your host with the most equipment, Zach Kreider. And alongside of me, as always, the man with the plan. Needs no introduction, but we give him one every week anyway. Mr. TK Cousins.
What's going on? Glad to be here back in the, well, not in the studio, but back in the group with Mr. Zach. Awesome week together out there in Chicago, and pretty much this episode we're just going to be kind of going over the, the directions we're taking our businesses in and out. I know for me it was a huge eye. Can't wait to dig into it a little bit. What's your biggest takeaway from the week, Zach?
I think the biggest thing, and I've said it in a couple of lives since then, but not everyone may have seen that, but I knew what I did well, and I knew what I needed to improve on, but I had no idea how to kind of bridge the gap. And so after a week of bonding with you guys and really like all of us just digging in, assessing my business, assessing me, assessing my team, you said, here's what you do well. Here's what you don't do so well. And here's a way to pivot from that to improve or to leverage what you do really well. So you gave me that crucial third step to be able to leverage it. And I think that's what a lot of business owners are missing. And the other piece is like just being willing to be humble and open to accept criticism for what it is.
Right.
You're there to help me. And man, it was fantastic. And I think we all learned a lot. But what was your biggest takeaway from the week?
My biggest takeaway from the week, be afraid of sales systems. To be honest. Like much deeper stuff than that. But like I had looming fear. And I don't know why it was. I had this looming systems. And there and got our hands in it and got a little bit and really like the way our week it probably should have made me even more scared of sales systems, but for some because like all the craziness during the week with the jobs that we were doing was just like, man, this stuff's gonna happen. Crazy stuff's gonna happen no matter what aspect of repair you do. So why not do sales systems? Because it's all stuff. So why not get into it, make that good money, and keep perfecting your craft?
So many people are mystified by sealed systems. My biggest thing was just not having done a small system in a house. It was a little awkward. And having learned that, like, I think if we do training, we would not do that kind of training in a house. Like we wouldn't, that would end up staying in a very controlled shop environment. I did bring that monstrosity back to the shop. We just picked that up yesterday. Oh, that was an interesting fridge for sure. But yeah, they're not scary. They're really when you break it down, simple. You know, and I think the other thing to learn, one of the things that I had to kind of work with Tony, since you guys are gone, not everything's a sealed system. It's real easy to get target lock, you know, and be like, oh, sealed system. It's a sealed system. But it's not always a sealed system. There are a lot. It's not to say there's not, but it's
no, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. I actually had something similar to that just the other day where I was like, I think this is a sealed system, and was like going in that direction, and it turned out it wasn't a sealed system. And yeah, you got to, you know, when you're for me, one thing that I'm noticing is when I'm adding this new aspect of my trade, you know, to what I already know, I can't forget my basic training, you know, the basic things of a refrigerator that I've learned, like, you know, making sure the evaporator fan is blowing, making sure the condenser fan is running, making sure that my dampers are opening, you know, the basic stuff. Because just like you said, you'll get that target lock and you're like, oh, sealed system, sealed system. It's not always a sealed system.
Nope. There's a joke that goes around the HVAC world. It's not always the TXV until it's TXV. So if you know HVAC, that'll make sense, and you'll probably get a good laugh out of that. But yeah, it's really easy to get tunnel vision, and I think if we bring that back around to the business aspect of things, it's so easy when you get locked into a groove as a business owner or an employee, right? To get this tunnel vision lock of this is the way we've always done things. This is the way it's going to be. And you become resistant to change. Or if you know you need to change, sometimes you get so deep in the forest that you can't see the trees for the forest.
Right.
I mean, that was a big takeaway for me. I knew what was going on, but I didn't know how to find my way out. And I really just enjoyed the Brotherhood. I mean, so we've all met online. We've all been in communication for quite some time. But it was really cool just to hang out and just kind of let loose, you know,
yeah.
Really deepen that Brotherhood for sure.
Yeah, I think, I can't remember who said it, but, you know, it was like we've been friends for years, but, you know, we'd never really met each other before. And, you know, and we've really only been friends through social media for a short time. But I feel like after that week is definitely like, all right, these guys are going to be, you know, I feel like 20 years from now, all of us will still know each other and be in touch with each other and have that camaraderie and brotherhood still.
Right. Yeah, that was one of the things that we discovered as we went, like the more the week went on, because there's only so much that happens in a quick phone call or that happens on social media or whatever. Like we'd be rolling in the truck somewhere, whether it was, you know, wherever. And it'd be like, oh, you think that way too? Or, you know, someone say something and it just, I mean, like all four of us really we do have a very similar mindset. We have different ways of approaching things, but we have this vibe, this energy that all four of us really play really well off of each other. It was a great time.
Yep. Yeah. I enjoyed the whole week. I really enjoyed the meetup. You know, meeting Victor and Jamie, and, you know, getting to hang out with them a little bit. And, you know, Jamie was nice enough to take us out to dinner, so shout out to him for that. And then the customer of yours that played the music for us, that was off the chain, man. I love that. That woman had me in tears.
She had all of us in tears. This super sweet old couple that I have, we've gone to him. My mentor, who only does Frigidaire warranty work, has been to them, and they're just like the nicest people on the face of the planet. Like they just love to serve people. And just they really genuinely get like just how to love people. And 4 grown men are in that room just crying, like as she's sharing and as she's just pouring into us. It was a neat experience. They were that was probably the highlight of the week. I think every single one of us needed that moment. That was pretty awesome.
What was her name? Joe and Patty?
Oh gosh, I can't remember.
I know his name was Joe. I remember that.
Joe, yeah.
Well, her name started with a T, but I can't remember it.
Yeah, I can't.
It was a lot of takeaways for real. Like, you know, part of what I took away from it was like I got to go there and see your business and see some of the similarities. Obviously, you know, your company is bigger than mine, but we have some of the same strengths and some of the same struggles. So I got to look at that stuff and then come back here and like, dude, I've been diving in head first here, just trying to you know, work on the business side of things and get things a little more organized and trim off any dead weight that I don't need. Because one of the big things that I'm guilty of is spreading myself too thin and trying to do too many things. So, you know, I've been working on getting rid of some of the stuff that I don't need to be focused on and focusing more on the service stuff, because that's where the money's at is the service.
Yeah, and for us, we had our first team meeting today in a long time. I mean, we were doing meetings all the time, and then we just kind of got lost in this last year of COVID. And so we had our first team meeting in a long time all together, and it was awesome. Like just getting that communication going, getting where my vision for the company is, where they think the vision for the company should go, and kind of bringing everything in line and just getting on the same page and just really encouraging each other and cheering each other on. I mean, I took what you guys said to heart and started implementing it. We cut off some of the things that were money pits for us as far as service side. We have something like it's like a 99% walk rate on microwaves. It's not worth doing in my area. And so we cut that, like we got rid of it. Dishwashers are about a 90% walk rate. Unless they have a Bosch, most customers are walking. So it's like, we cut that. And all of a sudden it freed up a lot of space to go out and check refrigerators and check on dryers. And it was just, it lowered everyone's stress level. It's a lot easier to train too. When you have a narrow focus, it doesn't mean you can't add things back down the road, but we came to a place where we really had to narrow our focus. We were just getting lost in too much garbage because there's other servicers in our area that dump all the calls they don't want on us. And we were such nice people, we wouldn't say no. Well, not everyone's your customer. And we have lost that. And so now we've gotten to a point where we're being particular about who our customers are. So it's good. It really was energizing for the entire team to be able to do that. So
yeah, and you got a great team out there, man. I really enjoyed spending. I didn't get to spend a whole lot of time with anybody but Tony. But you know, Tony's awesome, Eric's awesome, Steph is awesome, and they're just, you know, there's a really good crew out there. So you're extremely fortunate and blessed to have those guys, and they're fortunate and blessed to have you.
Yeah, I couldn't do what we do without them. You know, they are an amazing team. You and EJ checked up on Steph just to see how she does as far as answering as the CSR goes, and you were quite impressed. There was a couple little things that we were able to kind of process and improve on, but overall, and that was cool because like I can't call in and, you know, audit my own CSR. It doesn't really work.
Right.
I don't have any phone number that I can hide from her, you know. But you guys called in and you recorded it, and I got to hear it. And it was fantastic. And we did that to Justin's. You guys did that to Justin's company too, and she did fantastic as well. And she was like a brand new CSR.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, both did good. AJ's wife busted me though. That was the funniest part.
Yeah, because you're in his phone.
Yeah, he didn't even think about that. She was like, "This PK?" I'm like, yeah, this is PK. This abort mission. Abort mission. Yeah,
it was a good time. We had a lot of fun, and we've kind of been dead on the podcast because we're still trying to catch up from that whole week of being gone. Like, I'm still behind. I'm sure you're still behind. Like, we're playing catch up. We went to do a live behind the scenes video while you guys were in town, and it turned into an hour-long just kind of rant, I guess. I don't know. It was really good. I think the conversation was fantastic. And I think we were just all super jazzed about sitting in my studio all in a line and just being able to kind of really talk to each other and play off each other. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed that.
That was a good time. So
I definitely enjoyed my time there, and look forward to wherever the road takes us next to go do something similar, because that was awesome.
For sure. I'm getting ready at the end of the month to take a vacation. And y'all said it was not a vacation, but I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to have fun. My kids are going to have fun. I'm going down to see some brothers in Tennessee. I'm going down to see Dr. Dan, who we give shout outs to quite frequently, and my buddy JT. They're guys that I've probably known for about 5 years. We met through House Call Pro. They're appliance guys, and they're some of the coolest dudes that I know. They are my original Facebook appliance connection. So I'm actually really excited to meet them. I've known them for 4 or 5 years, and I've never met them. And I probably talk to those guys 3-4 times a week at a minimum. So it's cool to go and see them. And I'm a recording nerd, so I'm super excited about going to see some of the historic recording studios down there in Nashville. That is like my excitement. Kid is excited for the museum, so it'll be good for my whole family to get away, thanks to the accountability and encouragement of the Mastermind Group. So,
yeah, man, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. So, but yeah, that's kind of where we've been. That's kind of why we've been fairly silent. We're trying to catch up and process through a lot of. There was just like so much that happened during that week. I haven't even started processing through the video from that week. There's a ton of content from that week, so I got to start processing through that too. But
yeah, I can't wait to see some of that footage.
Yeah, it was good. There was a lot of really neat stuff that happened. So we'll get out what we can get out, and we're going to get back in the swing of things. I think we have some pretty cool guests coming up. We are working on getting Dyer Academy, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep, Dyer.
We are TMM, and who else were we trying to get on? We were trying to get Fred, hopefully. Yeah. So we got some big ones coming. It's just a matter of getting them all scheduled. But we're getting all that stuff lined up. And we'll keep pushing out some content for you guys. Sorry we've missed you, but we're looking forward to getting back in the swing of things. You got any closing thoughts for us, TK?
Yeah, a couple closing thoughts. I think mostly just for you business owners out there, I know at times it can seem overwhelming. My closing thought is this: don't give up, and reach out. You know, even if you decide not to be a part of this mastermind thing we're putting together, find some brothers or sisters that are in the business as well, and get a network locally as well of people that you trust, and don't ever give up, because you know, if this is what you feel like you've been called to do, and you love appliance repair and you want to grow a successful business, it's going to take a lot of hard work, and it's going to be frustrating, but just remember that, you know, being the boss isn't easy, but it's well worth it in the end.
100%.
That's my closing thought.
100%. It is definitely a burden to lead a team, but it is a burden well worth bearing. I shared a post the other day. Everyone wants what the results are, but they don't want to put in the work to get the results. So if you're out there struggling, know that you may be in a valley, but finding an accountability team, finding a group of other business owners or sounding board, someone to be in your corner, to cheer you on, to encourage you when you're in those dark moments, like find that person or that team of people, because you can't go it alone. It will literally kill you if you try and go it alone. So I am grateful for my brothers. I am grateful for my brother TK, who is alongside of me week after week. Couldn't do it without your encouragement or the encouragement of the other guys in the group. So
yeah,
that,
for sure.
We are
shout out to EJ and Justin.
Yeah, definitely a shout out to EJ and Justin. Those dudes are some of the smartest business dudes that I know, and they're some of the best brothers to have. It was a really great time. So with that, we're going to wrap it up, guys, and we will see you again next week. Appliance Alliance Podcast, signing off.
Peace.